Let me take it across to Karan if he's ready to talk to us about the latest release which has been there, Kalki, and we've been seeing the trailers and all of that. Karan, it looks very, very impressive. I'm sure you've managed to watch it already. Tell us your feedback and what kind of estimates you have on the box office collections.
Hi Nisha, good afternoon. Haven't watched it this time around. I am not a regional movie buff, so I haven't caught up on this one.
No.
So I think in terms of box office broadly, I think the numbers are going to be very good as far as opening is concerned. It's one of its kind. I think this movie is a perfect blend of star power, content, which is mythological content in nature, and also the VFX, right? So I think everything sits perfectly well for Kalki. So the opening definitely is blockbuster. I think the trade and the checks are indicating that the response to this movie so far has been mixed. It is not completely positive or completely negative. So the response has been mixed. I think we'll get to know over a period of time in terms of where the film heads in terms of lifetime box office. But currently, the opening number is expected to be around 110 to 120 crores, which is the gross box office domestic. And if you include overseas, the number could stretch up to 170 to 180 crores. One very key big multiple also for this film will be its performance in the Hindi circuit or the Hindi-speaking, Hindi dub version, because I think that is a big delta for PVR INOX because they have got about a 45 to 48% kind of a market share in the Hindi market. But as far as regional markets is concerned, their market share is very limited towards 8 to 10%.
The valuations of PVR, are you getting inquiries about wanting to get into this stock? Because it does provide, pull up the chart and you would see that it does provide a reasonable amount of comfort. It hasn't done too well in the roaring bull run in the last 1 year.
See, there is comfort to valuations. There's no doubt about it. If you look at the valuation multiples pre-COVID versus now, we are at a 35% discount versus pre-COVID averages. But really, one can't forget the content cycle, the volatility we've seen in terms of content across genres. Hindi genre obviously has not clearly come back on a consistent basis. Regional genre has been mixed so far. Of course, the share has moved up, but over the last 6 to 8 months, even regional genre has shown mixed signs. And if you look at the Hollywood content, I think that we'll see only start to see coming in a very strong manner post September, October, once the negative impact of the writer association strike goes away. So from valuation standpoint, things do look to be very favorable. But I think Q1 performance is going to be quite muted for FY25 because we haven't seen any large ticket films doing well. IPL, World Cup, elections, all these things have been a dampener as far as Q1 occupancy is concerned. Q2 obviously will be better versus Q1, but I think Q3 will be the quarter to watch out for because a lot of the large releases have been pushed to Q3.
Since we have you with us, Karan, a quick word on this entire buzz of Orissa also becoming a dry state. Could you, throw some light on what could be the implication? Is it a confirmed news? Is it still reports? Which are the big players in that geography?
I think these are still reports. One should not read, too much into it turning out to reality. And if at all this does turn out to be reality, then I think, it's a negative for both spirits and beer companies. I think if you look at the beer volumes, about 2.5% of beer volumes comes from this state. And as far as spirits is concerned, the number is higher towards about 5 to 6 odd percent. And in terms of potential impact, UB will have a big impact here because UB is a market leader with more than 50% market share in Orissa. So if at all the ban happens, they will stand to see a bigger negative impact versus industry average in the range of about 2.5% as far as volumes is concerned. In terms of spirits, I think, ABD and Pernod are two players which have got a stronger or a higher market share in these markets. So broadly, it's a negative for both beer and spirits, but not much to read into it for now.
All right, we'll let you go on that one, Karan. Thanks very much for your time. That was Karan Thorani talking about exhibition space and the developments there. And of course, more important, the entertainment of the other kind, which is alcohol.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.